Hi everyone, welcome back to our real estate podcast. I'm Vanessa Manunga, your real estate broker, your real estate queen. Today I'm going to go ahead and talk about house flipping. So if you're looking to get that extra cash through house flipping, stay right here and let's dive into it. Number one is the market research. When you're looking for a house to flip, you need to understand the market. You need to understand the trends and demand of that market in that area, and look into the area. What's the crime rates like? Because if the crime rate is pretty high, maybe you will take longer to resell it. And is the desirability of that area good or low? Because maybe it won't sell as fast as you want it to go. However, you can still rent it out if people want to live in that area. You need to look at the school districts. What's the schools like in that area? The impact of the property's appeal and resale value. Things like that. Number two is budgeting. It's all about the cash while you are flipping your property. So basically, you need to think about the renovations and selling costs. You need to take into consideration all the specialists that will be involved during the renovation. So you are going to get some quotes from subcontractors. You're going to get quotes for materials, labor, and every other aspect of the renovation. And also remember that you'll have to calculate ongoing expenses, such as the mortgage payment, such as the property taxes, insurance, utility bills, and financing costs. And not just that, there's also other costs such as the real estate broker's commission that needs to be paid at the end, the closing costs also, and marketing expenses. While you're doing all that, you need to remember and think about the recent sales in that area, in that neighborhood, how much the properties were sold in the area, and then you need to compare it to the selling price of your own property and see if it makes sense, the amount of money you are going to spend and how much you are thinking of gaining as profit. Look at your neighbor and see what they did, and then compare and make it make sense. Number three is about the location. So where you are going to work for your house flipping, you need to know your neighborhood. Is this a good place? And especially for the value of house appreciation, is it taking value with time? And you need to look at is there some room for profit, the kind of profit you are aiming for. You need to look at the market in the neighborhood of local jobs. You need to look at the economic stability and the population growth. So there are details involved with data. If you're having a hard time understanding it, get in touch with your broker. Ask your broker. They will assist you in finding out if it's a good neighborhood for you to flip a housing so that you can make the type of profit you are looking for. Number four, it is about renovation. So renovating and DIY while house flipping, it's very cost effective if you are able to go ahead and do the work yourself. If you are able to fix the material, go ahead and do it. But if you can't and you doing the flooring and the flooring is looking kind of left or right and not at the center, you're gonna have issues selling the house as quickly as you want it to be. It's gonna cause more problems. So it is very important to know when to delegate, when to give the work to a professional if you have no idea how it's done correctly, because it is only cost effective if you are actually doing the right work, if you are doing it correctly. But otherwise, find a professional, give the professional some cost, some money, and they'll go ahead and do the work for you. Number five, it's about legalities. So basically, when house flipping, you need to think about the laws. Am I allowed to do this renovation here? And you need to go ahead and ask your broker, your real estate broker. Ask them, is there any zoning laws here? Is there any policies, permits required for this kind of renovation. So basically, if you do not ask and you go ahead and just do major changes in the house, you may need to go ahead and break down everything you just did, or it may even slow down the sale of your home. So it's smarter to decide to ask about the permit, ask about the regulations before you can even start that big renovation that you're trying to do. And it's going to impact your timeline, it's going to impact your budget if you do not ask in advance. All right, so number 6, it's about timeline. When house flipping, you are going to find a realistic timeline that will help you with the budgeting, and it will affect directly all your costs will be involved in that. So for instance, if the timeline is longer, the project takes longer to sell, you may get more holding costs to pay, and the loan interest may need to be paid, and the property taxes need to be paid, and the utility bills need to be paid. But if the timeline is shorter, you may get more profit because you don't have all these extra expenses, and then the house is sold at the price that you desired, so you make more profit in that way. You maximize the profit because the longer the property sits unsold, the higher the chance of the market fluctuation, and it's affecting your potential earnings by day. And number seven is a financial backup. So basically, when house flipping, you need to have a financial backup. So extra money somewhere that you have, so that you can go ahead and pay in case the things that you wish didn't happen happened, or the things that you hoped will not happen still happened. So it's very important to have the unexpected issues that can arise during the renovation, have some funds for them, because if you go ahead and borrow more money, you may need to pay extra interest, which will accumulate the budget. You want to avoid that, so just have plans of extra. Number 8 is about the exterior aesthetics. So basically, how does your house look from the outside? The first thing the client sees when they come to your house is the exterior. From the outside, they will know, is this house good quality? Are they taking good care of this house? Are they using good materials for the house? So basically, if a client has a hard time deciding between 2 or 3 houses, and they get to your place, they see that this house is looking unique, is looking well taken care of, and it's gonna give the client an edge to pick yours. The tone will be set even before getting inside the house to favor your house, to choose your house. And you need to do the aesthetics correctly, use the great materials for the outside in order for you to have an edge, to have that good first impression for your client. Number 9 is about interior design. When you're house flipping, you need to think about the interior inside the house. What does it look like? You need to make a neutral, appealing space that suits a lot of people, various people, because people are different. People have different tastes. They come from different countries. They have various different cultures. So you need to make it neutral so that they can see themselves in that space. They can envision their lives there. They can think about how they can make memories in that house. So create an attachment to their emotional being so that they are in love with your place, and that can help them. That can help that if the interior is well designed to make the property stand out from the competition. It will help your house to sell quicker, to sell higher with a better profit for you. Although making the interior design can be costly, it can cost you, okay, but when you go ahead and sell it, you can make a greater profit, and that can all be worth it. Number 10, last but not least, is the exit strategy. So basically, when you are house flipping, you need to think about different avenues at the end. So maybe you wanted it for the long run, to remain in the market for long, but you may not get that. You may get that the house has sold quicker, or you wanted it to stay in the market for a short term, but it stays unfortunately for longer than preferred, and that's okay. Just think about different possibilities. You can rent it out, you can lease it for a few time. Be open to different avenues, and also remember that when house flipping, it requires a careful planning, and it also requires solid understanding of the markets, the real estate market in that area. So this is Vanessa Manunga, your real estate queen, your real estate broker. Thank you so much for tuning into this podcast episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing you to my next episode. I'm excited. Stay tuned. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, if you're looking to invest in Quebec, in Montreal, get in touch. See you soon.